How about this? If only I'd done this, if only I'd done that.
I can't.
You just did. That was perfect. How about the, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, laughingly. Give the I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, the laughing version. Why not? Come on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. If you were Minnie Mouse, how would you say it? If only I'd done this, if only I'd done that. Minnie Mouse, do you know Minnie Mouse?
Yeah.
How does she speak?
Very squeaky.
Very squeaky. Give us a squeaky version. If only I'd done this, if only I'd done that. Can you give it a Minnie Mouse version?
I don't think so.
If only I'd done this, if only I'd done that. Something like that. It does. I mean, does that sound like Minnie Mouse?
If only I'd done that.
Wonderful. Awesome. How would Goofy reply? Saying the same thing.
Yeah.
If only I'd done this. If only I'd done that. Can you goof around with this a bit? You sure?
Sure.
What would happen if you did?
Words wouldn't come out.
They wouldn't. Oh, so if you tried to goofy it, the words wouldn't even come out. How would you feel about that?
Good.
Oh, all right. Okay. How else can we stretch it out? How would Marilyn Monroe sing it?
Oh, God. No ways.
I'm not going to demonstrate this one.
No,
How would a superhero, with that echo effect, reverbing, if phone, how would... Why not? I mean, maybe it's the honourable thing to do. Give us a bit of a hee-hee. If only I'd done this.
you're much better at it.
I was about to grab my crotch. I don't know how else you'd like to think about it.
No.
But right now, as you think about your self-talk, in those instances
Yeah.
where in the past you used to think that way, how do you feel about it now?
Well, it's the, I believe when there's humour in something, it makes it easier. So I feel better.
All right, because we're not done yet.
Oh dear.
Sorry. There's one more thing I'd like you to do. If you think about those situations where you've said those things about blamed yourself and apologized to others, how would you prefer to be feeling in those instances? You used to feel that way and go ahead and apologize, but how would you prefer to be instead?
I would prefer just not to have the anxiety that I feel.
Okay. Now let's imagine that anxiety is right behind you. You've overcome it because you've learned some valuable lessons and thrown in some laughter along the way, and it's all gone and done and behind you. How will you be as a person now in those situations?
Probably more confident.
More confident? So as a confident person, how can you go ahead and say, if only I'd done this, if only I'd done that?
Well, I won't need to say it.
You wouldn't need to?
No.
Okay. You probably wouldn't. However, if you were to be confident, how would it sound, saying exactly the same thing? This one you can do. You wouldn't need to.
No,
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about that.
So you're confident that you don't need to?
Yeah.
You're totally confident that you don't need to go ahead and be confident?
Yeah.
You're very confident about that?
I'm very confident.
So you're very
about
confident right now?
Yes.
So as you're confident right now, thinking about that old situation, what internal dialogue do you think you'll be having as a confident person?
I don't know if it'll be an internal dialogue or an internal feeling. It'll be more of an internal feeling
Tell me about
than internal dialogue.
All right.
It'll just be more of a feeling of accepting that whatever has happened, and it has happened to that person by no fault of mine.
How does that feel?
Fantastic.
Is it real for you?
I hope so.
You hope so? If you think back to times in the past where you've behaved in that old way, where you used to say those things to yourself and get those old feelings, thinking back to it now, how do you feel about that?
I actually feel better.
You do, don't you?
Mm.
All right.
I actually feel better.
Okay, now Sandy, there'll be times in the future where people are going to do things where, you know, in the past you used to sort of feel it was your fault and you used to say those things in your head about it. And sometime in the future where you have similar experiences, that's probably going to happen, aren't they? How do you see and feel yourself responding in time to come?
Differently.
Differently?
Yeah.
What kind of different is that differently?
With not the same anxiety.
Okay. And when it's not the same anxiety, what is it instead?
Self-control and confidence.
Okay. Is that real for you?
Yes.
All right. So you've got quite a lot to look forward to.
Yep.
Great. For now, are we done?
Yes.
Yes, please.
We are done.
Well done. Thank you very much. Okay.
You did so well.